in the big window. A lot of ways this is harder. Okay, I think I did a better job on this one than I did on the other one. Okay, I've put the VHB tape on. Now the center pieces are just a hair over 1 inch wide, but the side, it's probably 5/8, so I'm going to have to trim this. Of course, I've got to trim these corners. I did overlap, but I'll trim that with an X-Acto, make it clean. And it looks like I need to reset that one right there. The stuff is forgiving, so you can get it up if you do it soon enough. Okay, I put on the VHB tape, and now I'm just trimming these edges. And what I've found that works best is if you can create some tension. So I'm going to try to do this again. Create some tension. That curve is the hard part. The straights aren't that bad. And then you got another curve. But the more tension you can put on that, the cleaner look you're going to have when you cut it. Okay, so I've got the tape on. This is the center one, and I did have to trim the inside. It was a little under 1 inch, so I did have to trim it. Now here I just matched up one side of the tape here, but I did have to trim the inside all the way around here. And it's pretty good. Next thing is to dry fit the pieces, the pieces on there. And here's one of the pieces here, and it's gonna go on like that. Okay, I've got the plexiglass. I went ahead and took all the backing off one side because I do have that cross piece, so it wasn't like one of the big pieces that I had to work with. So this is just a little alcohol rub just to make sure it's as clean as possible. And it'll dry in just here a minute or so. And I do have to remember I've got that cross piece that goes right across the middle. And just like the other windows, I get one try. But I do have a nice little holding piece right here. I'll just let that dry another minute or so, another 30 seconds or so, and get that on. I'm running out of daylight anyway. It is 6:45. But okay. I would have preferred to have gotten a little bit more to the, but it's on there already. Yeah, I was able to get it all in, all the way around. I know this side's in good. That looks good. That's going to fit there. All right, well, might as well get started on the next one. And here I'm with the other, this is the big piece which is going there. I've got the tape already off. I'm going to use the alcohol rub and get this one on. Norva Plastics does work for the Navy, so you know it's good stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe down the entire board this time. And I'm just going to check some measurements here. Okay, this time I'm going to go I don't need the alcohol rub to stick down there, and don't need the paper to be pulling it across while I'm doing it. Try to use in some ways this is harder than doing the big window. A lot of ways this is harder. Okay, I think I did a better job on this one than I did on the other one. That's good. Okay, got to leave the paper on because I'm not finished. I've got to put the 795 sealant around the window. But that worked out good. I'm happier with that one than I am with the first one. That's just going to go on there like that. I just finished masking tape around it. I did use the blue tape this time. I want to try it again. I usually use the green frog tape, but I thought I'd try the blue tape again for this because it's not a painting application. It's a sealant application. And I just have that sitting in there. That's really not doing anything. Same thing here. I've got the blue tape down, ready to go. I'm going to get this out of here. Don't want that anywhere near it while I'm doing the sealant. So the next thing right now is to do the sealant. Running out of daylight, so I better get on it. Okay, I've got the silicone sealant 795 in black, ready to go. This stuff gets on everything, so just be real careful. When you start, just be ready to have cleanup. So I want to try to get it down in there. So I'm putting the gun straight in because I want to see it filling in that gap. I can see it right there filling in the gap as I go. And that's what I want. I'm just going to take my time. I'll clean it up later. Main thing is I want to see it filling that gap and moving a little bit forward of the gun when I do it. The only place I felt like it was a little on the thin side was right there in that one corner. Otherwise, I feel pretty good about it. Okay. Don't want to mess with it too much. Okay, I'm going to start here again. This is a much tighter fit over on this side. Okay, that's good. Seeing it go ahead there. Get this one wiped down. Definitely got it on thicker here. I would guess it's about in the 70s right now. So it's probably a good time to do it. And I've started to pull off the blue tape. And it looks like it's doing okay. Okay, it's the moment of truth. I've taken off the blue tape. It's time to take off the brown paper. I'm using a razor blade just to get one little corner up. Let's take my time. Getting it on my fingers, but I'm not getting it on the glass, and that's the important thing. And there we have it. Brand new hatch glass. Ready for the solar vent. I like to start somewhere in the middle. Okay, that's holding up pretty good. Okay, I gotta make sure my hands are clean before I pull off the paper on this one. Okay, this looks like don't want to touch the glass. Almost touched it there. Whoop, I just touched it, but no foul. Okay, it's off. I got the solar vents. Putting in the solar vents is easy. That's the hard part. Okay, I've got the solar fan in now. In fact, you can actually hear it running. This one's fully charged, so I just leave this one running 24/7. And this one, I'm going to let this one charge a couple of days before I start it up. I did put it in the upper part of the hatch. We have that cross member right across the top of, or right across the middle. So I had to move it either above or below, and more to the center of the cabin made more sense to me. So this is now in. And now we'll have 24/7 ventilation year-round in the mid cabin and in the forward cabin. We already leave screens open in the back with the enclosure, So we have some pretty good circulation now as soon as we can get that second solar vent started. And this is how it looks from the inside. That nice clear glass. You can see the trees right there. That thing was so dirty before you couldn't even see out of it. Now you can see out of it. Nice thing is it's dark on the outside, but it's light on the inside. You can see out just as easy as anything. Here we are at the forward cabin, same thing. Now we can see out. Look at the trees right there. Greatly, greatly improved. And this one's running. And you've got a light too. Oh, that turned it off. There's the light. It's just a little light. You've got in or out, and I want out, obviously. So I'm going to leave that running. Close the hatch down. So from that ugly glass that was so dirty and scuffed you couldn't even see out of it, to this one now with the solar vent. Wow, that looks great. I love it.